What's up, you guys? So recently I picked up a Nintendo 2DS. I honestly haven't gamed on a console in a very long time. A while back I even uploaded a video on how I use my iPhone to game with the help of a Bluetooth controller. To be frank, the only reason I picked up a 2DS was because of Pokemon Go. I played that mobile game for a little bit and got bored very quickly, but was left curious about how the newest Pokemon games played. As I found out more about those games, I realized there were quite a few really fun looking titles you could play on the 2DS. So I went ahead and picked up a Crystal Blue version along with a few games. Now I haven't had a Game Boy since the Advance, so I was actually really happy I was able to get one of these since Nintendo discontinued them. They have a retro transparent casing that really takes you back to some of the older Game Boys. It lets you see everything that's going on inside, like the battery, SD card, and other components. At first glance, the design of the 2DS looks a bit funny. A lot of people call it a doorstop because of its wedge shape, but that's actually the best part about the system. It's incredibly ergonomic and feels intuitive. Your thumbs rest on the circle pad and the right buttons, while your index fingers rest comfortably on the L and R buttons. The stylus is also in the perfect spot to pull out as needed. It's a bit awkward using the D-pad, but with the circle pad there's not much reason to. The single speaker isn't terrible, but it's definitely not great. This doesn't bother me too much because you can plug in a pair of earbuds. Other than that, the 2DS's design is fantastic in my opinion. I also made sure to pick up a few accessories like a Nintendo brand case for the 2DS. It's the silver version, and unfortunately I couldn't find a seller in the States, so I had to order it from the United Kingdom. Surprisingly, it only cost $10 with shipping, and it got here much faster than I anticipated. The case is pretty simple and fits the 2DS perfectly. Inside it has a soft lining to protect the screen with a cushioned black borderline that protects the edges of the 2DS when the case is zipped up, but you still want to be careful when putting it inside so it doesn't bump against the zippers. It can also hold up to 3 game cartridges, allowing you to carry up to 4 games with one in the 2DS. It's definitely a very minimal case, but that's what I wanted to keep a small form factor. Another thing I made sure to get was a decent SD card. The one I chose was the SanDisk Ultra 16GB. It's a class 10 with read speeds of up to 80 megabytes per second. A bit overkill, but I noticed the 2DS was much faster with that card instead of the included one. Surprisingly, the cards Nintendo recommends on its website are very fast, with read speeds ranging from 90 to 95 megabytes per second. Now what really makes the 2DS awesome are the great games. The first game I picked up was Pokemon X. I found it to be a lot of fun, and the visuals were a far cry from the red version. It's also packed with a ton of Pokemon to catch, and the battles are great with the whole cinematic-like camera. It really takes me back to like when I first played Pokemon, how I thought it would be in the future, so it's pretty cool. Now the game improves on the old formula in almost every way except one. I found the game to be way too easy compared to the older games. I also picked up Super Mario 3D Land. This game is awesome. Honestly, the only reason I picked it up is because it reminded me so much of Super Mario 64. And yes, it totally plays like it, but in a more linear fashion. It feels a bit short, but it's loads of fun, and brings back those levels that make your palms sweat. Nintendo, please make another free roam Mario game. Another awesome game I got was Shovel Knight. I love this game. It's probably my favorite one. It's so much fun and it's actually challenging. A lot of recent Nintendo games are way too easy, since they have to compete with mobile games, and many hardcore gamers have left Nintendo behind in favor of Xbox and PlayStation. The game brings back that challenge in a retro fashion, along with an awesome soundtrack. One game I picked up that a lot of people may not like is Pac-Man and Galaga Dimensions. I got it specifically for Pac-Man Tilt, but it does have a few Pac-Man and Galaga games that are pretty fun, including the originals. I really like Pac-Man Tilt's use of the gyro in the 2DS for gameplay. As far as the originals, it has some really neat arcade frames you can use when playing the original Pac-Man and Galaga. It kind of warps the display to make it seem like a CRT, and honestly it looks pretty cool. I did get one digital download game called Pushmo because it was cheap and seemed fun. It's perfect for short gaming sessions, and you have a ton of player-created levels you can download. It's a bit tedious at first since it's easy, but later on it gets pretty hard. It's a great puzzle game. I can definitely see myself picking up Crashmo and Stretchmo in the future. Of course, there's a variety of other games, but these are the ones that really caught my attention, and I loved every single one. The only game I really wish I could add would be a digital download of Stardew Valley, which is a game that's everything you ever wanted in a Harvest Moon game. I played it for a little bit on a computer, but ended up returning it. I think that sort of game would fit well with handhelds like the 2DS, making use of its split screen. Overall, the 2DS is pretty cheap for a handheld system, at only $80 with Mario Kart 7 included, but you can get just the 2DS for $60 refurbished directly from Nintendo. Sure, it may not have groundbreaking graphics or a bunch of other features, but the games still look great and are a lot of fun, and that's the reason you game in the first place. If you want to play some really fun games, I'd recommend picking one up. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.